Hi, it's Jen Picanic, and I am a mental health clinician for Bridgeway Rehabilitation Services located in Sussex County at our partial care program there. And today I wanted to share some good news with you and talk a little bit about how our emotions work. If you're like me, you probably never learned how your emotions work, basically because nobody bothered to teach us this. So what tends to happen is when something undesirable happens, we can get really frustrated and make ourselves feel worse than we care to because we are trying to change the wrong thing. We really don't know what to do. So an example of this would be something such as if you go to start your car in the morning and the engine doesn't start. So you start to put air in one of the tires and you go to start the engine again and it still doesn't start. So you decide, maybe I should put more air in the tires. If we continue down a path like that, you're going to end up with a car that still doesn't start and 4 flat tires. So the good news here is we can learn something called the ABCs of emotions. And that is actually something we could do so we can learn how our emotions do work. So what the ABCs of emotions are first, the A is we become aware of something. So we hear something or we see something, we somehow make use of our 5 senses to become aware of something. Now, depending on what we're aware of, we start to have thoughts or beliefs about that. And our beliefs could either be positive. An example of that would be something like, this is a good thing. Our beliefs could be negative. This is a bad thing. Or our beliefs can be neutral. It doesn't really much matter one way or another. Now, depending on how we think about what we're aware of is going to create the consequences, how we feel. So depending on what we're aware of, we are now sending signals to our brain, which is telling the rest of our body how to feel and how to act, our behaviors. Okay, so what does this all mean? What this means is that it's actually our thoughts that cause our feelings and our behaviors. And this is actually really good news. This is good news number 1 for the day. Our thinking is what causes our feelings and our behaviors. And good news number 2 for the day is that there's actually 3 emotional responses as opposed to 2. Many of us kind of learned that if we're not happy about something, we must automatically be depressed about something. But that's not really the case. Many of us haven't learned that there's actually a 3rd emotional response, which is calm. So if something undesirable happens to us, it doesn't really make sense that we're going to feel happy about it, but we don't have to make ourselves feeling worse than we care to about it. We can actually learn to feel more along the lines of calm, something such as sad. So there are specific skills in CBT that we can learn together to be able to rationally self-counsel ourselves, to check in with our thoughts and make some changes to our thoughts to make sure that they're working for us. We want to learn if our thoughts are based on fact, if our thoughts help us feel the way we want to feel, and if our thinking is going to help us reach our goal or not. Any no to those 3 rational questions, then we start to learn then it's not really a thought worth keeping. So with enough time and enough practice of certain skills such as this, we can learn to feel more along the lines of calm. And when we start to feel better, A, we feel better, so that's great. And B, we're in a better position to change our circumstance if that's something we are able to do, as well as us being in a better position to get back to the goals that we have in our dreams and begin to work on those once again, because now we're feeling better and we're able to revisit those goals. So if you're interested in learning more about how your emotions work or specific skills that you can do to help yourself feel better, feel free to contact us at Bridgeway Rehabilitation Services. Our Sussex County Partial Care Program phone number is 973-383-8670. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of this day. Thanks.